Oh, that's a pretty cute design. Oh my god, what are they feeding these teachers?
I am
Edgyverse.
Alright, is rent due? Okay, yes it is. Time for another vaguely fundamental paper education related video. So, everyone's wondering, who is Edgyverse? Fundamental paper education. I'm not explaining that again. God, no. I've explained that so many times, it's invading my brain.
fuck.
Okay, but yeah, they were a close friend with the original creator of Fundamental Paper Education. Made their own OC alternate universe. But eventually, they kind of got mad just being associated with that and being the middleman for kids to ask, "Where's Katie? I know! They're in your basement!
Little girl basement.
Where is they? Where is the Kate?" I'm drawing you as the soy kid. As the soy woke kid. Okay, but maybe that was a bit of an exaggeration, but long story short, kids like to beg people, and, when I had that upload up, all the questions were like, "Oh my god, I miss Katie, and where is she? Where is she? Where's the Kate? Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, guys. Oh my god, guys." Chill, I think it's time to move on, and Edgyverse wants to move on from the affiliation with Fundamental Paper Education, and Alecation, the guy who talks about animation, on the other side of the nation, wants to exit this station and do the same thing and go make his own creation. That was just some nice freestyling bars. I am not scripting this. Dang! Woo! Anyways, here is them explaining the following, what I just explained in this post. They also do it in this post. Obviously, there are some things that I want to give them feedback on. First of all, hopefully they can take feedback. The internet's a mean world and can't be too reactive to criticism or even just people being absolute buffoons and they don't deserve anything but ire and dire negativity. So just generally speaking, they're gonna eat you alive if you let them. So for the audience, please don't eat them alive just because you smell blood in the water. I know the voracious and voracious fuckers online are kind of like that, but what if you aren't like that and you're nice? Whoa, that's a novel concept. But regardless, if you don't listen to me, you don't listen to me. What can I do? But another thing is just that for the designs, I'm actually kind of interested in their stories. I don't know exactly what they're gonna do. At this point, they are kind of the closest thing to Katie in terms of like their style, having multiple different storylines going on at once with different OCs. However, I do have some criticisms with the OCs themselves. And y'all know me, I like me some complex designs, even if they're overly convoluted. I still like them. I like all my overly complex designs. But I do have to admit when sometimes, overly complex designs are a bit much. I think that some of the details on some of these designs, they detract from the focus of the gimmicks. I think it's just a lot of things having to do with so much going on in their faces with an oversimplified style really just makes the complexities stick out in my opinion. But I'm being nice. This is just constructive criticism. I'm not trying to be a dick, okay? Don't shoot me. And don't, I don't know, what's usually the thing that happens in drama after late criticism? False flag, copyright strike, or so. I don't do that. If anyone's planning on doing that, don't do that, okay? Because that would be lame and that'd be cringe. And you know what isn't lame and cringe? I think a lot of these designs and ideas have potential. Do I understand what's going on in their OC verse? No. But you know what? It's just, a lot of it has a lot of charm, and there's a lot of, edgyverse. It's the edgyverse, so it's edgy. I mean, even then, looking at a lot of their newer stuff, a lot of it has a lot more God damn it, I said a lot like 10 times. It has more cohesion than everything else in the original Edgyverse OC, original alternate universe version of the Fundamental Paper Education, and whatever new ambitions and trajectories Edgyverse is having, you know what? I respect the heck out of it. You know what? It looks kind of cool. There's colors that make my zip zap dumbass 24-year-old brain go ooh waga, ooh, give me some colors. Ooh, I like that. And the pink dragon, that goes hard. That goes really hard. You want to move on from fundamental paper education, and I kind of do. I definitely do. But I still have a project undergoing. I have not abandoned you guys, and there's still some great artists who are making some great things for the collaborative sequel that should be, I want to say done by December, but I know it's not going to be done by December. Woo! I think my most earnest advice is just try out Newgrounds because it's not dictated by algorithm and people go there just for the creators. They don't really go there because the creator made something that makes them their member berries go off. I mean, it does, but you can have more variety on Newgrounds without being locked into the same couple fan bases forever. And people try parodies at first and some other stuff, but then they actually get established and they can create their own thing with a more dedicated fan base. I suggest trying it out on Newgrounds. And I know what you're all thinking. Dumb Alec from YouTube.com. I mean, Alecations. Oh my god, Mr. Hyde almost slipped there for a second. Regardless. Yeah, I'm a little drunk. But regardless. Now, Dumb Alec. Isn't it a bad idea for creators like you to go from reviewing to creating? It never goes well. Like Kara and Doug Walker and just a bunch of and Mr. Enter and other examples. Well, you're right, especially given that the polls say, whoa. Okay, let's try it again. God damn, maybe I can do something awesome with my life. But I still want to, help the little guy out. So, we got less than 8 minutes so far. So, let's still use this time to end this video by finding some random people I just want to praise. Sound good? Sound good. Let's finish up the backlog. Abalitis is pretty litis. If you want really detailed animation, go here. Horizonauts! Glitch Productions is introducing quite a ton, and I do mean a ton of space shows as shown by their little relay. I don't know, bro, but this one has the most appealing designs and it's on Kickstarter, so go see that, yo. Remember Ramshackle, that one show with the pretty goth twink with the beer? Anyways, the creator, after getting millions upon millions of views for that, did make an intro for it, but it's also decided to put a bunch of effort into a aesthetically very similar game that is not connected. I don't know why, but Pine Point exists, I guess. You can look at my followers to find more underrated artists and hopefully not gooners. I got a Philly on Instagram. Unfortunately, I think the Allocation channel is kind of hitting a wall. It's not over, and it's never ogre. Honestly, I think this is just a good thing to exist, just something that exists out there to help, people trying to make their dreams come true. Just a little bit of help. Like I'm not gonna make anyone's dreams come true, but just a little bit. Just a little bit. But I can't really prioritize this channel much anymore. I'm going to probably be focusing my endeavors on pacing myself more. I'm gonna get like a real job again. Now that my spine's fixed, this thing is not paying the bills. I might end up returning to a different channel at some point to restart and have a backlog so I can have some consistent content. But I think my next step is going to be personal creative endeavors. I'm gonna still post here, just not gonna be as consistent. It's been 2 weeks since my last upload. I'm just not going to stress out myself as much like I used to. I kind of burned myself out. I burned myself out years ago. My editing used to be a lot better. I mean, you guys saw my first upload with the Velma video. Like, that was a pretty good, well-edited video. But this isn't sustainable. And it'd be perfectly fine if I was paid like a full-time wage or even a part-time wage for these hours. But these videos take a fairly long time to make, and it's unfortunate that even when they aren't super fast. I mean, not super high quality like this one. I apologize, is not the most high quality. But even this one took a while to make. This one took like 6 hours to make. 7 maybe. It just took a while to make, and I'm not making enough money with it. Like, it's rare for a video to make more than $1. Like, are you kidding me, man? $1? Maybe this one will change it, but unfortunately, I kind of just gotta keep at it. I'm probably just gonna use this channel for more fun stuff. And honestly, given the stats you guys have, you probably want that egg. So that's good for both of us. But yeah, it's not going to be as much uploading here. And I still have a backlog of a lot of things I want to address, want to make a lot of videos, but I can't expect consistency here anymore. And I'll probably be plugging my social media in a lot. I'll have some membership only videos too. Well, if you like animation, sub to Alecations. Bye.